So that's why the acharyas are saying, when Krishna says braja, it means to go to him mentally and heartfully first, and eventually it means actually to move, to leave everything and move to braj. Because braj means to go and to move, and it also means to move somewhere. Move first, you mentally and heartfully move away. You braja, you move away from all your connections to your husband and wife and dharma and being a cowherd girl and taking care of cows. You do that. You do all those activities, but emotionally and mentally you're not attached. And it's not the source of your happiness, and it's not the source of your love. It's simply the dharma that you have to perform and the duties you have to perform because of your swadharma, your swabhav, and your janam. So you be gopis and you have your so-called husbands, but so they did all that. They lived at home. They are in the world, but not of the world. When Lord Chaitanya met Raghunath Das Goswami, he told him, he says, listen, you're acting like a crazy person. You're running away from everything. You go home, you live there like a wealthy person with your zamindar father and family, but you always think of me. And when the time is right, you will come to me. So don't act like a crazy person. Go home and live pretend externally like you're doing all your dharmas, but internally you know that you're going to come to me. I promise you, soon you will be with me. So then he went there and he lived and he performed all his dharmas. He was the son of the zamindar, Das Goswami, so he had to go and collect taxes from the landholders and do all the different functions and the counting and whatnot. But all the time he was saying, Hey Chaitanya, Hey Krishna, Hey Krishna. And finally the arrangement was made by the Lord with Yadunandan Acharya, as you know from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then he was able, when the time was right. So he's also an example, like the gopis. He lived with his so-called father. He lived in his so-called dharmic position. But he did sarva dharman prityaja. He gave up all the attachment. And when the time was right, he was actually able to physically leave everything. And then Braj, ultimately he came to Braj. First he went to Mahaprabhu, and then he came to Braj. So the gopis are showing that. These are by saying, Krishna, you are Dharma Vid, expert in, this is what I was seeing, expert in not Swadharma, the proper duty, but in Su Adharma. Because earlier said, your Swadharma, your Dharma, your religion as a woman is to take care of your husband. So then the gopis are saying, yes, Srinam Swadharmam. That's why it's sarcastic. You're saying Swadharma, and what we're saying? What you're telling us to do is not Swadharma, it's Su Adharma. Because Swa becomes Su, and Dharma becomes Adharma, and Adharma means it's irreligious. You're telling us, this is your program of irreligion. Leave me, which is irreligious, and go serve your Mayak husbands, that's irreligious. And to run away from me is irreligious. So they're saying, you are Dharma Vid, expert not in Swadharma, the proper duty, but you're a Vid, you're a Su Adharma Vid.